Taking a look across the state of Louisiana, out of Acadia Parish, a Eunice woman is accused of stealing more than $86,000 from a construction company. Police say Trisha Abear is charged with felony theft. Her bond was set at $100,000. Now, the Acadia Parish Sheriff's Office says the theft happened on October 13th. She's being held in the Acadia Parish Jail. It's time now for this week's Pay It Forward. We've teamed up with Bob Giles and Giles Automotive to give away $500 to someone truly deserving. Now, this morning, News 10's Julie Darcy introduces us to a husband and wife team, both served in the Army and both fighting a very personal battle. Here's Julie with the special Veterans Day edition of Pay It Forward. Today is Veterans Day, and there will be events across Acadiana to honor those who served in the military. There's a Veterans Dedication Ceremony at the Green Lawn Memorial Gardens in Lafayette. That'll take place from 12 to 1 this afternoon. Congressman Charles Bustani will be a guest speaker. Acadiana's exclusive Veterans section will be named and dedicated during the event. Now, also in Lafayette, the Walmart on Pinhook will hold a free Veterans Day barbecue from 9 a.m. until noon. And in Abbeville, a Veterans Day processional will be held at the Vermilion Parish Annex on Charity Street and end on Concord Street. It starts at 3:45 and will be followed with a reception at the Magdalene Place at 4. Thanks, Bob. I want to follow up to a story we reported Wednesday morning. Two Lafayette men faced misdemeanor charges after a fight and gunshots Tuesday night rang out in a Taco Bell parking lot. Police say Terrell Alexander went into the Taco Bell in Calise Saloon and demanded money from his co-worker Baron Broussard. Broussard, who was working at the time, walked outside the restaurant and then allegedly got into a fight with Alexander. Corporal Paul Mouton says Alexander left the scene. He then returned and fired a gun twice into the air. Well, veterans are among us every day. There are co-workers, local officers, and even teachers. Many of us don't even realize unsung heroes are right next to us. Well, Como High School is home to 9 veterans in Acadiana, a fact many people are unaware of. On Veterans Day, we caught up with a few of them to find out about their military backgrounds. In San Francisco, a man with several firearms who sparked panic near a hospital was shot and killed by police officers on Wednesday. Authorities say it happened less than an hour after police believe he robbed a Bay Area sports equipment store at gunpoint. According to officials, 3 police officers opened fire at the suspect after he pointed a rifle at the officers. Now, the man, who was in his late 20s, was pronounced dead at the scene, and his identity has not been released. Before police approached him, he was staying on an elevator at a construction site next to St. Luke's Hospital and aiming a rifle towards the hospital. Police say no officers or civilians were injured. Construction is still underway for the new VA clinic on Ambassador Caffrey Parkway. The clinic, approved nearly 7 years ago, has seen its share of setbacks. Now, Dr. John Palmentier, co-chair of the Veterans Action Coalition of Southwest Louisiana, says progress is being made on the new clinic, which will sit on 2 acres. He says they're looking to open the doors in the fall of 2016. Now, the new facility will offer a number of services, including primary care, x-rays, dental care, and lab work. He says physicians right here in Acadiana will be able to come in and offer specialty services. He also says a meeting with VA Secretary Sloan Gibson back in February generated plans for a separate mental health clinic for veterans here in the hub city. Happening across the Bayou State, one of the 2 suspects in the shooting death of 6-year-old Jeremy Martis may bail out of jail very soon. The bond set for 23-year-old Norris Greenhouse Jr. was $1 million on charges of second-degree murder and attempted second-degree murder. Now, Greenhouse and Derek Stafford are accused of firing close to 18 shots at the car Jeremy and his father, Chris Few, were driving on November 3rd, killing Jeremy and injuring Few. On Monday, both Greenhouse Jr. and Stafford were transferred to the Rapides Parish Detention Center number 3 in Alexandria. On Tuesday, Avoyles Parish Sheriff Doug Anderson said he'd be mortgaging property owned by the Greenhouse family in both Avoyles and East Baton Rouge parishes so that Greenhouse Jr. could be released until his trial. Welcome back, everyone, to Pause Spot 2 on this Thursday. Jeff Horchak, Chris Cozart with you. And we're a little bit before 6 o'clock, Chris, and we had some rain this morning. The roads are kind of wet, but you're telling me that it's going to clear up today. Well, today on Acadiana Eats, News 10's Gerald Grunig is at Black's Oyster Bar and Seafood, showing us what goes into making their delicious char-grilled oysters and grilled catfish. Let's check it out. St. Martin de Tours Catholic Church in St. Martinville celebrated its 250th anniversary with a special mass last night. News 10's Lydia Magianis has more. A judge in Utah has ordered a same-sex couple to give up their foster child. Now the state's Division of Child and Family Services is asking that the judge reverse the decision. Carter Evans has more. Well, mosquitoes, it's pretty uncommon to see large amounts of them swarming around this time of year, but that's exactly what Acadiana is dealing with this month. Now, if you look at this, these annoying insects are usually laying low by November, but they're sticking around due to the unusual weather we've been experiencing lately. Mosquito control contractor owner Glenn Stokes says mosquitoes thrive in wet, warm areas like Acadiana. He says the record high rains in October created the perfect breeding grounds. Acadiana is known for its music and the talented musicians who play it, but you may not know that some of the world's best musicians come here to make records. They travel to Dockside Studio in Maurice, which has an impressive roster of clients. News 10's Rob Macco has a story. What you gonna tell the spirit? I love the blues. Other clients include Sammy Kershaw, Mark Knopfler, Annie DeFranco, Mavis Staples, and the late Alan Toussaint. But Dockside counts many local and regional musicians as clients as well. Find out why more than 1 million Ninja Shark blenders are being recalled. That's coming up next on Paw Spot 2. While popular blenders being recalled after reports of the blade cutting users, plus Amazon is getting into the food delivery business. Hannah Daniels has those stories and more in your CBS Money Watch report. You know what? I agree with you. It is a great day. Now it's time to check in with the weather swami here at KRSY. Chris Kozar. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, and it's also Friday the 13th.
Oh,
keep that in mind.
I forgot about that.
Man, I could have gone all day without knowing that.
That's not good.
There's nothing spooky out there. It's all just a number.
Taking a look across the state of Louisiana, the NCAA Committee on Infractions will hold a hearing this afternoon regarding violations from former Raging Cajun assistant football coach David Saunders. The organization alleges that Saunders arranged an elaborate scheme to send 6 UL football recruits to the same Mississippi ACT testing center where exam answers were altered for them to meet academic eligibility requirements. Now, it is also alleged that Saunders paid one ex-Cajun over $6,500 before he played at UL, which the Cajuns are expected to refute at the hearing. UL has conceded to the ACT-related allegations and ones suggesting Saunders provided false or misleading information. Now, the Infractions Committee is expected to take at least 60 days before ruling whether to impose additional sanctions. The Diocese of Lafayette has unveiled a new and offbeat method for Catholics to confess their sins. It's all part of the upcoming Year of Mercy declared by Pope Francis. An ambulance recently donated to the diocese will now serve as a mobile confessional. News 10's Jasmine Thibodeau was at the blessing of the unit at John Paul the Great Academy yesterday and has more. The 2016 presidential campaign continues to heat up. Donald Trump is stepping up attacks against his chief rival, Ben Carson, while the 3 Democratic presidential contenders gear up for their next presidential debate. Don Champion has the latest on the campaign trail from New York. Welcome back, everyone, to the Paw Spot 2 weather set here on this Friday morning. We're here with the weather swami, Chris Kozar.
Weather swami, I'm right here getting the forecast ready. I like the title. Can we put that?
Yeah, you're the weather swami. That's your job is to predict the weather. So what are you predicting today?